Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. As we know, there are seven main temples in the Vrindavan. Today, we will discuss about one temple, that is Sri Radha Madan Mohan Temple. So, Dr. Mayank Mittal, can you please tell us in detail?
Yeah. So before starting, we will chant the mantra.
Yes, sure.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakhya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So as Ratrika has said, there are seven main temples in Vrindavan. And the first temple which was built in Vrindavan is actually Sri Radha Madan Mohan Temple. So before diving deep into the Madan Mohan Temple, we have to understand that there are three types of deities. First one is the Sambandha deity. So Sambandha deity, Ratrika, what is Sambandha deity? Sambandha deity is when we have to establish our relationship with God. That means we don't know, we have lost that relationship. We don't know who is God and how we will establish a relationship. So संबंध in हिंदी we call as कि इससे हमको अपना संबंध स्थापित करना है. So that is how we establish the संबंध relationship with God. So that संबंध deity is actually Radha Madan Mohan. Okay. And the Acharya who help us in this. So there are 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. So out of them, the Sanatan Goswami is actually the Sambandha Acharya. Okay. Next type of deity is called as Abhedya deity. So Abhedya deity is actually Abhedya means the process or how do we do. So there are different type of process how we can do devotion of God, devotion of Sri Radha Krishna by hearing, by chanting, by doing devotional service, all these things. So that comes under the Abhedya deity. And there is another temple which is Sri Radha Govinda Dev, which is actually Abhedya deity, which we will discuss in our next episode. Sure. And Sri Rupa Goswami is Abhedya Acharya. The third one is the Prayojan deity. Prayojan means what is the ultimate aim of our life? What do we want in our life? So ultimate aim of our life is to get the blessings of lotus feet of Sri Radha Krishna. So that is a Prayojan, or that is our motive of life. So that is called Prayojan deity. Okay. So Prayojan deity is Shri Radha Gopinath and Prayojan Acharya is Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. Okay. So now we will understand how Shri Radha Madan Mohan Temple came and who built the Vigrahas and where at present is Shri Radha Madan Mohan Vigrah in India. Okay. So as we all know, when Shri Krishna left this world, yes, he coronated Yudhishthir Maharaj as king of entire earth. Okay. And after Krishna has gone, Yudhishthir Maharaj also departed the world and he made his grandson Parikshit Maharaj as the emperor of the whole world and great grandson of Shri Krishna, Brajbhan, as a king of Mathura. Okay. So Brajbhan is a great grandson of Shri Krishna and he was made king of Mathura by Yudhishthir Maharaj. Okay. So there was several requests of devotees across the world, across the Mathura. They requested Brajbhan to explore the sites where Lord Krishna has done all his pastimes Leela, all the Leela when he was child, all the Leelas at different places of Vrindavan. So he asked them to search all those places and where the temples can be built of Shri Radha and Krishna. Okay. So what did he do? Brajbhan, he came to Vrindavan and he sat under the Vraksh, which is called as Kalpavraksh, and meditated on the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna. So by the blessings of Shri Radha Krishna, they manifested and he came to know about different Leelas in different places. Okay. So then he called Vishwakarma. So who is Vishwakarma, Ratrika? Vishwakarma is the sculptor. Just like we have engineers and architects who built our homes, and just like modern architects who have built the statue of Sri Ram in Ayodhya. So who is Lord Vishwakarma? Vishwakarma is the god who is the sculptor of Devtas or God. So he called those and he developed and he formed 3 deities. So first one is Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Okay. Second is Shri Radha Govind Dev, which we will discuss in our next episode.
Okay.
And Shri Radha Gopinath, which we will discuss in our third episode.
Okay.
So these three deities Vishwakarma made.
Okay.
So there is also one queen called Queen Uttara. So who is Queen Uttara? Uttara is wife of Abhimanyu or mother of Parikshit Maharaj.
Okay.
So Uttara has seen Lord Krishna herself during her life. So when all these three deities were formed, she could correlate that which deity resembles to which part of Lord Shri Krishna. So when she saw Shri Radha Madan Mohan, she understood that their feet are exactly what Shri Krishna's feet. When she saw Shri Radha Govind Dev, then she could understand that the chest and the flute of that deity is exactly same as Shri Krishna when he was present in this world. And the Radha Gopinath, Shri Radha Gopinath, the face exactly resembles as the when Krishna was there. So that's why these three deities are most important in our Vaishnav Sampradaya, in our Gaudiya Sampradaya. That is Shri Radha Madan Mohan Temple, Shri Radha Govindan Temple and Shri Radha Gopinath Temple. Now starting the story about how further stories talk about Shri Radha Madan Mohan.
Okay.
So we know that when we talk about Shri Jai Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar, so there is one Pandit told Shri Advaitacharya. So Shri Advaitacharya was living in Advaita Vatt in Vrindavan.
Okay.
And there only Shri Radha Madan Mohan revealed himself, or he became manifested to Advaitacharya.
Okay.
So Advaitacharya, what he did, because he has to go to Navadvip, so he gave the responsibility of taking care of the deity to, there is one very pious Brahman called Purushottam Chaube. So he entrusted the responsibility to Purushottam Chaube to look after the deity of Shri Madan Mohan.
Okay.
So Shri Purushottam Chaube was treating him like his child, the deity like his child. So when Sanatan Goswami, who was one of the founder, our 6 Acharya, when Sanatan Goswami, they were living in Vrindavan, they used to go for Madhukari, which means they go from house to house and beg for food, rotis or whatever they get.
Okay.
So once he was going to Vrindavan and he went to house of Shri Purushottam Chaube.
Okay.
And he is saying, and what he saw was very surprising. He saw that actually he is scolding, Purushottam Chaube is scolding Radha Madan Mohan deity with his stick, that why you are not eating prasad, you should eat prasad quickly, so that we can also take. So the bhava of Brajavasis is that they treat Madan Mohan or Shri Krishna as their child. So they can say they can talk with any of the language to them.
Okay.
But because Shri Sanatan Goswami was very elevated sannyasi, so he instructed Purushottam Chaube that he should not talk to him like that, because he is actually God. He is not a normal human being. So in that way he instructed him how to worship the deity, कि हमको भगवान का पूजा कैसे करनी चाहिए. तो ये सुनने के बाद then what story happened? So once he gave that instruction to Purushottam Chaube and came back, so Shri Radha Madan Mohan came into dreams of Sanatan Goswami.
Okay.
So
Wow.
when Shri Madan Mohan came into dreams of Shri Sanatan Goswami, so what did he told? So he explained that since now you have explained Purushottam Chaube how to worship the deity, so now he is not able to do the worship as he used to do earlier. तो जैसे वो पहले कर पाते थे वैसे अब नहीं कर पाते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि अब आपने उनको प्रॉपर तरीका सिखा दिया, तो अब उनके अंदर वो भाव नहीं आ रहा जिसके द्वारा वो मेरी सेवा कर पाए. तो अब जो है जल्दी एक समय आएगा जबकि he will hand over the my deity to you and now you have to take care. तो अब जो है वो आपने जो विग्रह हैं वो पुरुषोत्तम चौबे किसको, आपको सनातन गोस्वामी आपको दे देंगे और आपको ही उनकी देखभाल करनी होगी. तो एक तो स्टोरी ये आती है. इस प्रकार से दूसरी भी कहानी आती है, जैसे एक महावन जो गांव है वृंदावन के पास, वहाँ पर भी श्री सनातन गोस्वामी को एक बच्चा दिखता था खेलता हुआ, और बच्चे के पीछे पीछे गए तो वास्तव में वो एक मंदिर के अंदर चले गए और उस मंदिर में वो बच्चा गायब हो गया. तो वास्तव में क्या थे वो श्री राधा मदन मोहनी थे जो कि वहाँ पर वो खेल खेलते थे. तो इस प्रकार से जब पुरुषोत्तम चौबे ने श्री सनातन गोस्वामी को विग्रह दे दिया, विच मीन्स कि श्री पुरुषोत्तम चौबे नाउ हैंडेड ओवर द डेटी ऑफ मदन मोहन टू Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan Goswami used to live near, there is one place called as Dwadas Aditya Tila near river Yamuna. So he was also living under the tree because he doesn't have any place to live. And Madan Mohan is also living without any temple. So that deity is also without any temple. So what he used to offer? Now when we have our deity at home, what we used to do? We cook very good food and then offer to him. But what did Sanatan Goswami offer? Because he is a sannyasi, he goes house to house, he just bring wheat flour और आटा, वहाँ से आटा लेके आते थे ब्रजवासियों से मांग के, और उसको मार कर he formed to have bati, roti. And then roti what he used to do? He used to cook on fire. तो आग पर गरम करके उसको रोटी बना लेते थे, और then he used to offer to Madan Mohan. So without any sabji, without any chutney. So once what happened, one day that Shri Madan Mohan deity asked Sanatan Goswami, you always offer me this सूखी रोटी, at least give some salt with it. क्या आप मुझे सूखी रोटी दे देते हो, इसके साथ साथ मुझे कुछ नमक भी दे दिया करो, तो एटलीस्ट उसको खाने में कुछ टेस्ट तो आएगा. तो सनातन गोस्वामी ने कहा, मैं तो एक सन्यासी हूँ, मैं तो ऐसे मधुकरी मांगकर अपना काम चलाता हूँ, तो मेरे लिए संभव नहीं होगा कि मैं आपको एक इस तरह का भोग लगा पाऊँ. तो भगवान ने क्या व्यवस्था करी कि वहीं से जो है एक शिप जा रहा था. उस समय सारा जो व्यापार होता था कैसे होता था, वो शिप की मदद से. तो एक शिप जा रहा था जिसमें कि एक व्यापारी था, वन मर्चेंट हुज नेम इज कृष्णदास ठाकुर. तो उसका बोट जो है ना, उसी जहाँ पर वो रहते थे वहीं यमुना में आके फंस गया. जब उसका बोट यमुना में आकर फंस गया, so what happened now, it could not move towards Agra, he was moving to Agra. So then Krishnadas Thakur, the merchant of the boat, came out, and so there was one boy appeared. So that one boy actually who he was actually Madan Mohan ji. So he went to Krishnadas Thakur. कहाँ पर गए? Krishnadas Thakur went to श्री सनातन गोस्वामी. सनातन गोस्वामी से उन्होंने प्रे किया. सनातन गोस्वामी ने जब प्रे किया तो उनकी बोट जो है यमुना में जो फंसी हुई थी वो निकल गई, और धीरे धीरे वो आगरा पहुंच गई. और उसमें क्या था, वो सॉल्टी था. तो जब वो उनका व्यापार पूरा हो गया, तो ही अर्न अ वेरी गुड बेनिफिट बाय सेलिंग ऑल दीज consumables which he has brought on his boat. So then he came back to Vrindavan, and then he asked Sanatan Goswami that how can he help him, or what can he do for him. Because of him his boat got free and he would go to Agra. तो उनकी वजह से ही वो आगरा जा पाए थे, और उस पर जो सामान लाए थे उसको बेचकर उनको बहुत मुनाफायदा हुआ. तो उन्होंने पूछा कि मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. तो सनातन गोस्वामी ने कहा कि मैं तो सन्यासी हूँ, मुझे अपने लिए कुछ नहीं चाहिए, पर मैं क्या चाहता हूँ, मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि आप जो है, जो मेरे विग्रह हैं मदन मोहन, इनके लिए बहुत एक सुंदर टेम्पल का निर्माण कराओ. सो वो श्री कृष्णदास ठाकुर ही जो व्यापारी थे, उन्होंने ही वो सुंदर टेम्पल का निर्माण कराया, जो कि आज हम देखते हैं वृंदावन में यमुना नदी के तट पर है. जो बड़ा सा टेम्पल है, वो पहला टेम्पल था वृंदावन का जो कि निर्माण हुआ. इट इज कॉल्ड श्री मदन मोहन टेम्पल. अब इसके साथ एक और कहानी है कि जब वो था वहाँ पर टेम्पल, तो वहाँ पर श्री राधा रानी का विग्रह नहीं था, वहाँ पर सिर्फ श्री मदन मोहन थे. तो जो पुरी के राजा थे प्रताप रुद्र, उनके बेटे पुरुषोत्तम जन, उन्होंने के मन में क्या आया कि यहाँ पर सिर्फ इनके विग्रह हैं ठाकुर जी के, यहाँ पर राधा रानी के विग्रह नहीं है. तो उन्होंने 2 विग्रह राधा रानी के जगन्नाथपुरी से वृंदावन के लिए भेजे, जो कि मदन मोहन और गोविंद देव जी के साथ में लगाए जा सके. लेकिन जब वो 2 विग्रह आ रहे थे, तो श्रीमती राधा रानी ने, जो कि पुजारी जो के सेवा करते थे किसकी, मदन मोहन की, तो जो पुजारी मदन मोहन की सेवा करते थे, उनके स्वप्न में आके बोला कि राजा ने 2 विग्रह भेजे हैं, दोनों राधा रानी समझ रहे हैं, लेकिन वास्तव में जो उसमें से एक विग्रह थोड़ा सा ऊंचा था, वो कौन है, श्री ललिता सखी हैं, और जो दूसरा विग्रह है वो मैं हूँ, श्रीमती राधा रानी. तो आपको क्या करना है कि जब ये दोनों विग्रह वृंदावन में आ जाएंगे, तो आपको राइट साइड में श्री ललिता सखी को बनाना है, और लेफ्ट साइड में श्रीमती राधा रानी. तो अब हम मदन मोहन के जब दर्शन करते हैं, तो बीच में तो कौन है, मदन मोहन के विग्रह हैं. राइट साइड में जो विग्रह है थोड़ा सा ऊंचा वो ललिता सखी है, और जो लेफ्ट साइड में होता है वो कौन है? वो श्रीमती राधा रानी है। तो अब आगे प्रश्न आता है कि अभी वर्तमान में ये मंदिर कहाँ पर है, अभी राधा मदन मोहन कहाँ पर है? तो जब मुगलों का आक्रमण हुआ तो सारे मुख्य मंदिर से विग्रह जो है जयपुर ट्रांसफर कर दिए गए। तो जो जयपुर के राजा की जो बेटी थी वो श्री मदन मोहन की भक्त थी, लेकिन जब उनका विवाह तय हुआ तो उसके पास ही एक जगह है राजस्थान में, एक जिला जिसको बोलते हैं करौली, तो उनका विवाह हुआ करौली में। तो लेकिन उनके मन में इच्छा सदैव ये थी कि क्योंकि वो मदन मोहन की भक्ति करती थी कि मदन मोहन भी उनके साथ जाएं। तो एक होती थी दहेज पर, जिसको बोलते हैं डॉरी सिस्टम। तो जयपुर के राजा ने क्या किया, करौली के राजा के लिए श्री मदन मोहन को वहां पर भेजा, किसके साथ? अपनी बेटी के साथ विवाह के बाद। तो श्री मदन मोहन जी पालकी में बैठ के गए हैं जयपुर से करौली, और जो उनकी बेटी थी जिसका विवाह हुआ था करौली के लिए, वो एक दासी की तरह उनके साथ साथ वहां पर गई हैं। तो जो मदन मोहन जी जो प्रकट हुए थे वो आज के समय में राजस्थान में जो एक जिला है करौली, वहाँ पर उनका मंदिर, सुंदर मंदिर बना हुआ है, और वहाँ पर अब हम जाते हैं तो वहाँ पर श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन के हमको दर्शन मिलते हैं। तो इस तरीके से हमने संक्षेप में, तो इन शॉर्ट वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ श्री राधा मदन मोहन appeared and how merciful he is, and how important is Shri Sanatana Goswami, because of whom we have the opportunity to get the blessings of Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan.
I want to ask one
Yes.
question. Which story is totally real?
So all this story are taken from different parts of Shastra, and all
Okay.
these stories are real. So these
Okay.
are not fiction, these are facts which we
Okay.
obtain from different Shastra. So all of them are not mythological, but all of them are our history. So this
Okay.
is where we have to understand very clearly that now our present generation say Ramayana, Mahabharata as mythology. Mythology means myth, which may not happen or not happen.
Yeah.
But we should understand that all this is our history and this is not mythology. So we have told you in the form of stories so that children and other people can understand it very clearly. Okay. Thank you, Pratrika.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching our podcast. It is a great experience with Dr. Mayank Mittal. We have learned something new with him. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. See you on next episode. Hare Krishna.